In this video, we are going to talk about 10 most dangerous prison inmates in the world. So before starting this video, please like this video, and subscribe to our channel for the future updates. The world is a lonely place full with oddballs. Those listed below committed horrific crimes and murdered many people before being captured by authorities. The world's most dangerous prisoners have committed horrible crimes and are currently imprisoned. You may see a list of the world's most dangerous convicts here. Many prisoners have committed crimes that resulted in the death of innocent persons. They were all sentenced to death or life in prison. Few convicts are sick of killing that they kill other prisoners while still in prison. Correctional facilities are notoriously scary places, not only because of the harsh conditions, but also because of the inmates themselves. In our society, there are a few individuals who have done horrific crimes, killed many people, and chosen the most perilous path in life, making them the world's most dangerous convicts. Prisons must be terrifying for those sentenced to them. However, the inmates themselves are a source of fear. Some of the world's most deadly criminals have been imprisoned for their crimes. These are listed below. Here are the 10 most dangerous prison inmates in the world. So let's start. Number 10. Aileen Wuornos. Lee Wuornos, February 29, 1956 to October 9, 2002, was an American serial killer and sex worker who killed 7 men at point-blank range in Florida in 1989 and 1990. She was born in New York City and raised in Florida. Wuornos claimed that her assailants raped or attempted to rape her while she was looking for sex, and that she committed all of the homicides in self-defense after being attacked. She was found guilty of 6 murders and sentenced to death by lethal injection on October 9, 2002, after a jury returned a unanimous verdict. Wuornos was responsible for the murders of 7 men over the course of a year. She was cremated, and her ashes were scattered beneath a tree in her hometown of Michigan, where she had grown up with a childhood friend, Don Botkins. Wuornos specifically desired that the song "Carnival" by Natalie Merchant be played at her funeral. Number 9. John Wayne Gacy, a real-life Pennywise clown. You've most likely heard of the 2017 Hollywood picture IT, which is based on the actual story of John Wayne Gacy and stars Michael Keaton. Gacy began his professional career as a clown, entertaining children and generating money for charitable causes. Pogo the Clown was his eponymous alter ego. However, beneath this brightly colored clown appearance was a merciless criminal with a vengeance. Gacy was a torturer and a rapist, among other things. The murders of 33 teenage boys and young men took place between January 1972 and December 1978, and he was found guilty in all of them. In late 1994, he was put to death by lethal injection, which was carried out in a medical facility. Number 8. The Red Ripper. Between 1978 and 1990, Andrei Romanovich Chikatilo, the 16th of October 1936 to the 14th of February 1994, also known as the Butcher of Rostov, the Red Ripper, and the Rostov Ripper, was a Soviet serial killer who sexually assaulted, murdered, and mutilated at least 52 women and children in the Russian Soviet Socialist Republic, Ukrainian Soviet Socialist Republic, and Uzbek Soviet Socialist Republic. Chikatilo confessed to 56 killings in April 1992, and he was tried for 53 of them in April 1992. Despite the fact that he was found guilty and sentenced to death for 52 killings in October 1992, the Russian Supreme Court ruled in 1993 that there was insufficient evidence to convict him in 9 of the murders. Chikatilo was found guilty and condemned to death in February 1994. Number 7. Mary Mallon. Affectionately referred to as Typhoid Mary, she is believed to have infected 51 people, 3 of whom died as a result of their illnesses. Mary continued to work as a domestic worker and cook for others despite the fact that she was infected with a highly contagious disease that caused typhoid fever at the time. As a result, a large number of persons were affected. Treatment for a sickness such as typhoid in medical facilities was extremely ineffective and time-consuming. For the previous 23 years of her existence, Mallon has been a virtual prisoner in strict seclusion, supposedly knowing about her sickness before she infected hundreds of people throughout the world. Because she insisted on continuing to work as a cook, through which she exposed others to the sickness, she was twice forcibly quarantined by authorities, finally for the remainder of her life, which spanned the final 2 decades. Mallon died after spending nearly 30 years in solitary confinement. Number 6. Shashikala Ramesh Patankar, baby. Shashikala Ramesh Patankar, for example, saw how easy it was to make money selling drugs. She quit her job as a milkmaid and quickly rose through the ranks of Mumbai's notorious drug trade. As a result of her drug dealing for about a decade, she amassed property worth over 100 crore rupees. Baby Patankar was finally caught by Mumbai cops in 2015. Shashikala, baby, Patankar, Mumbai's largest meow meow seller, has been arrested and is being held in police custody till April 28, 2015. Mephedrone, often known as meow meow, is a designer drug distributed as white powdered crystals that can be injected, eaten, or snorted. Mephedrone is exceedingly prevalent in Mumbai, to the point where, according to current Mumbai police estimates, 8 out of 10 drug addicts being treated at rehab centers in the city are mephedrone users. Number 5. The Eyeball Man. An Anchorage police officer was shot and killed by a man who went by the moniker, Eyeball, because of a tattoo on his right eye that had darkened the white portion of the pupil. Jason Barnum was sentenced to 22 years in prison at the Anchorage Superior Court on Friday afternoon. In an interview with KTUU, the 30-year-old admitted to attempted murder in the first degree, burglary in the first degree, and felony in possession of a firearm in the third degree, among other charges. When the event occurred, police were in the midst of an investigation into residential burglaries and automotive thefts. In 2012, while officers were inspecting a hotel, Barnum opened fire from a toilet he was in. 2 police officers returned fire, striking Barnum in the arm and wounded one of them in the process. Barnum eventually acknowledged to committing burglaries and thefts in order to fund his heroin addiction and support his family. Number 4. Dennis Rader aka BTK. Bind 'em, torture 'em, kill 'em is an abbreviation for bind, torture, kill. He was one of the most infamous serial killers in the history of the United States. In order to torture his victims, he would stage elaborate photoshoot sessions in his basement, which he would then store in a safe place. During his initial attack on the Otero family in 1974, he was alleged to have been unable to kill them and instead tortured them to death. After his first murder, he went on to kill around 10 more people. BTK was convicted and punished for each death in 2005, and he confessed in a harrowing video released at the time. In solitary confinement, he is awaiting his demise. Number 3. Richard Lee McNair. Richard Lee McNair, December 19, 1958, is a convicted murderer who has a reputation for escaping capture. McNair killed one man and shot another 4 times during a botched theft in 1987. He is currently serving 2 life terms for these acts, as well as escape from jail. After his detention, McNair managed to flee 3 times from 3 different facilities, each time using various ingenious methods. On his first attempt, he used lip balm to break free from a pair of shackles. To get away, he crawled through a ventilation duct a second time. He successfully convinced a police officer that he was not the jail escapee, but rather a runner, when he smuggled himself out of a federal prison in a carton in April 2006. Number 2. Rodney Alcala. Rodney James Alcala was sentenced to death in California for 5 murders committed between 1977 and 1979, but he was also sentenced to life in prison for 2 crimes committed in New York between 1971 and 1977, in addition to his death sentence in California. No one knows how many victims Alcala was responsible for killing. Alcala photographed more than 1,000 women, children, and boys, many of whom were in sexually explicit circumstances. In 2016, one of his photographs of a woman was identified as the perpetrator. Officials suspect that Alcala has abused at least one other picture subject, and they believe that there may be others. Number 1. The Nithari Killers. It was in the house of businessman Maninder Singh Pandar in Nithari, India, that the Noida serial murders, also known as the Nithari serial murders or the Nithari Kand, occurred in 2005 and 2006. Maninder Singh was found guilty in 2 of the 5 cases brought against him, while his servant, who assisted him, was found guilty in 10 of the 16 cases brought against him. Both were found guilty and sentenced to death. The Nithari killings were uncovered when 8 skeleton remains of children were discovered in a home drain in Nithari, Noida, leading to the conclusion that the children were murdered. A variety of crimes including cannibalism, pedophilia, and rape have been accused, as well as organ trafficking. What do you think of our list? Which thing do you like from above list? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoy this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.